Hi there. I want to make this as brief as possible, but help you out in case you get stuck where I did. I was doing a study tonight on out of the Dake's Annotated Reference Bible, and in the study notes, I noticed this highlighted here. It's not highlighted in logos unless you highlight it, so I highlighted it for this video. But at the end of the notes for verse 3, which is where I'm at, Romans 2:3, I ran into this questions 1 and 2. It's not a hyperlink, and I couldn't figure out what does that mean, questions 1 and 2. And then it says next, and then it refers to Romans 2:21, which also has some questions in that verse. So I figured this out. I looked at my printed version. I'm using Logos here, version. It's the Pro version 11, I think, and it is currently January 2025. So just to give you an idea of where I'm at, I'm doing a passage guide study. And so looking into this, I pulled out my printed version of the Dake's Bible and figured this out. What he does in a book is he numbers all the questions in the verses as he goes through and studies the book and puts them in the margin reference. And so if you're on a particular verse and you go to the notes for that verse, you're going to see questions, if there are questions, in the verse. So if you see a question mark at the end of the notes, you're going to find for that verse this statement, questions 1 and 2. And then if you want to know where the next question's going to appear in Romans, he is saying the next time there's a question that's going to be asked, it's going to be Romans 2:21. So I already clicked that link, so I'm just going to jump to it for us. And easy for me to say, it went to Romans 3. So let me click the link after all. Romans 2:21. And then here you can see, you then who teach others, do you not teach yourself? So here you go. Here's the next series of questions. And there's actually 5 of them here in this area. So when you go back and you see what's going on here, you see that there are questions and the number of questions listed at the end of the verse where the questions are. So I'm going to scroll down all the way to 21 so that I can show you there. It's going to show a number of questions, or tell me the number of questions that are in that verse or that passage area. It's not limited to one verse. It's just the next number of questions. So here is verse 21, and look, they have questions 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's literally 5 questions here. Actually, with a question mark, it only looks like there's 4 if I counted right, but he says there's 5. So that is the next one. And then in Romans 2:26, you would run into the next series of questions. So that is what questions mean in the notes, in the margin of the Bible, if you're using a printed version, or if you're looking at the notes from Logos. So that is the explanation. I hope this helped you. God bless. Good night.